Alrighty, y'all. So beginning our next modality, we have the agility ladder. With the agility ladder, guys, this is going to be a great tool for footwork agility, handwork agility, really just overall great for agility. We're going to begin this with a 1 foot in each square drill. So as you see here, I'm doing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. One in each, going through each. This is going to be pretty fast compared to some of the other ones, guys. There's not going to be a lot of technicality here. Just one in each, like I said. And make sure we're performing it with a fast and explosive intent. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Keep it up, y'all. Alright, so now beginning the next variation, it's going to be again, same one in each square, 1 foot in each square. However, this time it is going to be hopping instead of running. So you see here, I'm beginning with the right, and then I'll come back with the left. I like to do this just to kind of keep the blood pumping throughout both legs and not tire out one or the other ankle or foot. So what I'll do is I'll go, like I said, right forward, left back. I like to start with my non-dominant foot. That way I come back with my dominant foot. It's just a mental thing for me. That's just how I personally like to do it. Same with the other one, guys. You're going to make sure this is going to be a fast and explosive exercise. It's not a race, so you're not really necessarily trying to get the fastest time from one end of the ladder to the other. That is probably the most common mistake I see with these agility ladder exercises. People try to treat the ladder as a track and get from one end to the other as fast as possible. However, that is not the case here. We're focusing on technicalities, focusing on footwork here. And like you see here, if you mess up the ladder, guys, don't be ashamed of that. Just go ahead and reset the drill and begin where you left off. It's no big deal. Make sure we're staying focused, guys, staying pumped. We are about halfway through this workout now. We're going to keep going on with some agility ladder drills, finishing up with this 1 foot in each hop. Next up, we will see what we have. I'll leave it a surprise. Alright, next up, the surprise is going to be 2 in each. So, not like before where we were doing just 1 foot in each, this is going to be 2 feet in each. As you see here, it's going to be performed a little bit faster than the 1 foot in each as it doesn't require as much precision. However, guys, same as before, going to avoid the common mistake of trying to race from one end to the other while sacrificing technicality. Here we're going to be focusing on agility, like I said, more so than speed, top speed. That would be more like resisted sprinting exercises. That would be more focused on top speed. Here we're more focused on getting from a slow position to a fast position, or getting from a stop position to a moving position. Those are going to be the two key things here with these drills. And foot placement. Those are going to be the big key things with these drills. So I'll see y'all in the next drill. Make sure we're finishing strong, guys. Finishing fast. Keep up the energy, y'all. Alright, again another 2 foot in each square exercise. However, this time we're going to be mixing it up by going down sideways or laterally. So as you see here, I begin facing my left shoulder towards the front of the ladder, leading with my left foot and following with my right. Mess up the ladder a little bit towards the end there. Don't worry about that, guys. Like I said before, just reset the ladder and begin the drill just as it never happened. So again, guys, 2 feet in each square. Lead with the front shoulder, so the going backwards, I was leading with the right, so I started with the right foot and followed the left. Going forward, I'm leading with the left shoulder, leading with the left foot, following with the right. Don't want to cross your feet over. That's how you trip. That's another good thing about this drill, is it keeps those feet apart, keeps those feet wide, which will be a great exercise for football, basketball, really any sport where you need to keep a strong base and be able to move at the same time. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all in the next agility ladder drill. Keep up the intensity, guys. Alrighty, y'all. Next up is going to be very similar as before. It is going to be going down the ladder laterally, leading with the front shoulder, leading with the front foot. and 2 feet in each square. However, this time we're going to be including a change in direction at the end of the ladder. So instead of stopping and resetting at the end of the ladder, you're going to go ahead and complete the full movement by returning back through the ladder. So as you see here, I'm resetting on the opposite side of the ladder. That way I'm starting the drill with my right foot and right shoulder instead of left foot and left shoulder this time. Going down, cut, come back, come back, come back. All right, great job. Now moving on to the next drill, next agility ladder drill. This is going to be 2 in, 1 out. So you're going to be leading with your dominant foot. For me, it is my left foot. So I'll start with my left foot, followed by my right, and then you are going to be completing each set by getting that leading foot and putting it out of the square. So if you started with your left, you're going to put that left foot out of the square. If you started with your right, you're going to put that right foot out of the square. And as you see here, I am starting with the opposite foot as to get that opposite foot on the outside of the square. I messed up the ladder a little bit, guys, but like I said prior to this, it's no big deal. Just reset it, begin the drill as if it never happened. Keep up the intensity though, guys. Keep up the explosiveness. We're doing great so far. Pushing through this agility ladder module. Next up, we have our closed agility cone drills. So we're gonna be nailing this even more. So make sure we're keeping those feet hot, keeping those feet quick. Common mistakes, guys, would definitely be just overthinking it too much. Just give it a couple practice runs beforehand and run through without thinking about it too much. Do more than you think with this. I find that often thinking about the complexity of the drill will make you overthink about the steps, and you'll often make more mistakes than if you didn't think about it at all. So give it conscious thought, but don't overthink these steps, guys. Just make sure they're quick and you're not racing from one end of the ladder to the other. Alrighty, so beginning our closed cone drills here, we are going to be starting with the 5-10-5. So this is probably the most classic of the closed cone drills. You're going to start by running 5 yards, cut, come back 10 yards, cut, come back through the middle. So the reason it's called a 5-10-5 is because you're running 5 yards to begin with. You're going to be performing a cut. You're going to be running 10 yards after that cut, cutting one more time, and then running a final 5 yards. When cutting, guys, you're going to want to make sure you're stopping with the foot you're stepping with. So you're not going to want to do a twist. So let's say your next step is with your left foot. If you stop with your right foot, then you're probably going to end up rotating your hips. So as you see here, I'm running. I'm kind of doing a little demonstration here for y'all. See how I rotate right there? That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to rotate the hips and slow the movement down. You want to make sure you're stepping with that strong foot and coming across without any shoulder turn or hip turn. But anyways, guys, that's the 5-10-5. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Alright, so after the pro agility test, we now have the staggered shuttle. The staggered shuttle is going to be very, very similar to the agility shuttle or 5-10-5. Basically, the only difference is this first cone you see is about 3 yards apart from me at the beginning, then 5 yards. So boom, cut, little 3-yard stretch, come all the way back 10 yards, cut with that outside foot, come back to the middle red cone right there, and you're finished. Alright, so here I should be doing a full speed demonstration for you guys. Remember, guys, make sure we're performing all of these with explosive intent. As fast as we can. Boom, touch, explode, 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 all the way through. Just like that for every exercise, guys. You're going to want to make sure we're pushing through the entire exercise. You're not going to want to take any reps off. Here we go. We're setting up for another rep. We're walking back to each rep. It may look slow in the beginning, but that's just because we're setting up. Once we begin, it's going to be pure explosive movement. So ready, boom, go. Okay, cut, 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 boom, go, explode. Alrighty, guys. So that was the staggered shuttle. I'll see y'all in the next closed cone drill. So here we are in the next drill. This is going to be the W drill. So as you see here, the yellow cones on the ground kind of are in the shape of a W. I'm going to do a little walking demonstration of what the test looks like. You're going to run forward, cut, back pedal, cut, full sprint, cut, back pedal to finish. Alright, and you see me walking back to the beginning here. Keep up the energies, guys. I know it seems like we're low energy here, but I promise you we're just getting ready for this rep. So boom, cut, back pedal, boom, cut, sprint, 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 cut, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. So full speed all the way through, guys. Once you get through that last cone, that's when you can take a little chill pill and you can walk back to the start, get ready. I like to start on the other side, that way you're getting practice on both sides of the body and not becoming one or left side dominant. So boom, cut, back pedal, cut, sprint, cut, back pedal through the drill. Alright, great job, guys. Keep up the energy. Moving on to our next cone drill. Here we got the L drill. This is one of the oldest closed cone drills. This is used as a standard in the NFL Combine today. So you're going to run around this first cone. Going to kind of do a figure eight around those top two cones. Come around that further cone. And then finish around the top of that cone, rounding that curve, finishing through that red cone. So it's approximately 5 yards between each of these cones. So you're going to sprint through around the cone, figure eight, around, 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 cut right here and finish through full speed. That's a great rep. So next up we have the weave drill. So this is going to be the cone weave drill. So you're going to be weaving in and out of these cones just like this. Many soccer players use this today as good practice for dribbling skills. They'll go through these cones with the soccer ball in feet. I am not a soccer player, however, so I will not be doing that today. So that cone is approximately 5 yards from the twisty cones. You're going to sprint towards that first cone, round the corner, go around the other edge of that corner, and then round the edge of that third cone, and then round the edge of that fourth cone, finishing through that last 5 yards with that furthest cone right here in front of the camera. So you see here I'm setting up. We're going to start with a little 5 yard sprint before we round this first cone. Getting ready for this rep. Boom, go. Round the corner, round the corner, round the corner, round the corner, and finish through. And that is the cone weave drill. So I will see y'all in the next one. Alrighty, guys, so lastly for this agility cone, closed agility cone modality, we are going to be doing the X drill. The X drill is a big drill for defensive players in football all across the United States. Reason being is it incorporates almost all forms of possible movement that one player could encounter on the field. You have the sprint, you have the side shuffle, you have the back pedal or backward sprint, excuse me, and all types of cuts. So here you got sprint, cut, side shuttle, cut, back sprint, cut, sprint out. So that is going to be a great defensive player drill, whether you're on the line, whether you're a linebacker, whether you're a corner or safety. It really doesn't matter. Your job is to follow that ball, and this is great for being able to change in any which direction you need to. So remember, guys, with this drill and just like all our other agility drills, it's going to be done with explosive intent. You're going to be exploding through all these movements, finishing through each and every one of these reps, guys. We're not taking a single rep off. The only time you'll ever see me walking through these reps is just to represent them for the viewer. If we're doing these drills, though, we should be doing them at full speed to get the maximum benefit from all of them, guys. I hope we're all feeling great at this point in the exercise. We only got one more modality left, and then we're moving on to our cool down. Y'all have done great thus far. Keep up the energy. Keep up that explosive attitude. As you see here, I'm doing so in the video. So keep it up, y'all. Y'all have been great. Wonderful energy thus far. Stay explosive. Alright, guys, so starting our last modality with lower body plyometrics. This is going to be started with some box jumps. So with this, guys, the main takeaways with this, you're going to be focusing on explosive power with both feet, jumping, vertical power. Going to be using those arms, using those hips, using those thighs, using those calves, using the entire lower body, and even parts of the upper body. With this, guys, common mistakes I definitely see is picking a box that's not quite high enough. As you see here, my box probably isn't quite high enough, but unfortunately the landing platforms at the gym that I was going to during this, the boxes weren't quite wide enough for me to comfortably land on, so I kind of chose a lower box than I probably should have. But again, guys, choose a box that suits you, not too low, not too high. Don't injure yourself. Make sure you're being conscious about each and every rep. Make sure you're creating as much explosive energy with each and every rep, guys. Even if the box is a little too low, you can always jump higher than the box and land on the box. So again, guys, make sure we're doing everything with explosive intent. We're almost done. Keep up the energy. Getting out the smaller box now for our next exercise. So our next exercise is going to be the same as before, just the single leg variation. So you'll see I alternate. I'll start with my right, then my left. Key big mistakes with this one, guys, are going to be same thing as the last one, picking a box that's too high or picking a box that's too low. It just it won't work out for you either way. One way you won't be getting the benefits you need, and the other way you may end up hurting yourself. So make sure you're picking a box that suits you. This is going to be a great lower leg exercise using all those calf muscles and foot muscles and ankle muscles. This is going to be really good for anybody that needs to be really, really kind of bouncy with their feet. So like sprinters, for example, they're kind of getting their leg as close to a spring as possible, and this is going to be a great exercise for that. This will really create that good springiness in the lower portion of your leg, getting you really nice and bouncy. This would also be a great exercise for boxers as well, keeping that Achilles tendon nice and strong. But anyways, guys, on to the next exercise. I'll see y'all there. And next up, our exercise is going to be depth jump. So this, we're going to use the same small box as we did before. You're going to step off the box. Upon landing on the ground, you are going to complete a vertical jump. So with this, the biggest mistake I saw even on demonstrations online of this exercise is going to be people jumping off the box. That is actually not the correct form to do this in. So you're going to step off of the box, just leading with your forward foot, whichever foot you choose. It would be good practice to alternate between your feet. That way you don't become unilaterally stronger. You know, your left side be stronger than your right or something like that. So make sure you're alternating between which foot you step off the box with. And once you land on the ground, guys, you're going to go from creating no energy to creating as much energy as you possibly can, getting as high as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can, as soon as you get off that box. Make sure we're doing this with explosive intent, guys. We're doing great so far. Keep it up, y'all. I will catch y'all in the next exercise. Alrighty, y'all. So now we have the squat jump. So as you see here, I'm changing angles for you so you get a better idea of it. It's going to be basically an air squat with a vertical jump at the top of the squat. So you're going to brace, breathe at the top, just like you would a normal squat. Squat down. Once you get to about parallel level, that's when you're going to extend up. Common mistakes I see with this, guys, is not going low enough, so make sure we're going low, creating as much potential energy as we possibly can. Remember, guys, the lower you go, the higher you can jump, and that's the goal with this competition right now. We're going to be jumping as high as we possibly can, creating as much explosive energy as we possibly can in the shortest amount of time we can. Keep it up, guys. We're doing great so far. Almost done with the last modality. And moving on to the split squat jumps, guys. So just like the squat jumps, you're going to be squatting down as low as you possibly can and jumping up as high as we possibly can. However, this time we are going to be alternating feet that we lead with and feet that we keep in the back. So right now we have our right foot forward and our left foot back. This is basically to create the effect of a single leg squat. So that back foot is going to have little to no pressure on it. It's going to kind of act as just a stabilizer for you. That front foot is going to have all the weight on it, all the power produced from it. That is why it's the split squat jump. So in this one right here, I just produced all that power with my right leg. In my next one, I should do left, and I'll produce all my power with my left leg. However, I am using that right foot to balance. Doing great, guys. Make sure we're keeping that explosive energy up. We're almost done with the workout. We have one more exercise after this, and then we're going to move on to our cool down. I'll catch y'all in the next exercise. Alrighty, guys. So just how we had in our specific warm-ups, we had some jumping. This is going to be that, but put into a workout. So here we have our broad jumping part of our lower body plyometrics. We're going to be creating as much forward force as we possibly can, throwing those arms back and then throwing them forward while also keeping those hips loaded and exploding those hips through the jump. Landing on the full foot, not just the back or the front of the foot. You want to avoid injury that way. So here we'll load the hips, explode, and then we'll reset. Difference between our warm-up and the workout, guys, is our resets are going to have a little bit less time in between, and also the power production, we're going to be producing a lot more power here than we were at the beginning of the workout. So this is putting that warm-up to practice. Y'all have done great today. I appreciate all y'all's time. I appreciate all the energy. I appreciate all the enthusiasm today, guys. We're going to be moving on to the cool down next. I'll catch y'all there. Y'all had a wonderful workout today, and let's get stretched out so that we're not feeling this as bad tomorrow. Alright, guys, now beginning our cool down, we are going to start off with some standing toe touches. So proud of you guys for completing today's workout. Y'all did a wonderful job. I'm glad we were able to focus on our explosivity and power producing today. Last video is great, guys. I love the strength and hypertrophy stuff, but this video is even more fun. The explosivity, excuse me, and the agility drills were just so much fun to do, so much fun to explain, so much fun to break down for you guys. I really hope you all had as much fun as I did while making it. With these cool downs, guys, it's going to be the same principles as our warm-up. We're going to do these nice, slow, controlled stretches, get that lactic acid out of those muscles. That way we're feeling better tomorrow. Stretching after your workout has been proven time and time again to increase results. It decreases your healing time. It increases your power production. It increases just about everything good you want and decreases just about everything bad you want. But anyways, guys, getting on to the next exercise now. Alrighty, so now on to our wide stance toe touches. This is going to be the same as the prior exercise, just with about 3 feet of space apart between your feet, or I guess just however much is equivalent to your height. So for me, I like to go a good 6 inches, 8 inches out from my shoulder width, and I'll go from there. This will be a good stretch for the hips, the legs, the hamstrings. This just incorporates more hips and hamstrings into the toe touch than the regular toe touch does. But yeah, that's it for this cool down exercise. I'll see y'all in the next one. Alright, welcome to the next cool down stretch, guys. Here we have the mountain climber. The mountain climber is going to be a great Achilles stretcher and calf muscle stretcher. This is going to be really good after all those agility drills and running, guys. You're going to have a bunch of lactic acid built up in those calves by now if we performed everything at the proper intensity. So let's make sure to get all that lactic acid out, make these calves feel better so they don't cramp up while we're sleeping tonight. Everybody knows that's the worst pain in the world. So make sure we're stretching those calves out, guys. Give them a good 8 to 10 seconds per stretch. That's what I like to do. Really sink into that calf stretch. Feel that deep stretch in your Achilles, guys. Y'all have done great thus far. Keep it up, y'all. We're almost done. We're about halfway done with these cool down stretches after this. Keep it up, y'all. The energy's been great today. Let's just finish strong, okay? Alright, and up next we have the quad stretch. The name itself kind of explains the stretch, guys. This is going to be a really good stretch for those quadriceps and the front of the leg. This is going to be definitely worn out after all the squatting we've done today, between the snatch squats and the clean squats and all that good stuff, and all that running. I mean, all the running is using all your legs, as a matter of fact. So Those quads are definitely appreciating these cool down stretches, guys. Make sure we're holding these for a good 8 to 10 seconds each, just like everything else. Nice, slow, and controlled. This is where we're done working out, guys. This is now recovery time. So let's lessen the intensity and increase the focus here. So we're gonna be stretching that quad muscle out. Like I said, 8 to 10 seconds per hold is what I like to typically do. Um, y'all have done great. Keep it up, guys. We're almost there, almost to the finish line. We got this. Alrighty, and now we have the lower back stretch. This is going to be a wonderful lower back stretch right here. So what you're going to do is basically set up for a push-up or an assisted push-up, if you will, with your knees engaged on the ground. So basically you're going to set up for that, and then instead of dipping down with your arms and bending at the elbows, you are going to basically fold your back. You're going to stay on your knees, lower your hips into the ground, pushing your hips into the ground, and creating a negative curve in that lower back. It's going to be really good for pushing blood into that lower back, getting the lactic acid out, making that lower back feel a whole lot better after all the pulls we did today, between the snatch pulls, the clean pulls, and even the jerks put lower pressure on the lower back. And next up is the crossbody shoulder stretches. These are going to be pretty self-explanatory, just like the last one. The name itself kind of describes it. So you're basically going to be pulling your elbow across your body, effectively contracting your pec and stretching the interior side of your shoulder, or posterior side of your shoulder in that rear delt. So this is going to be good for just getting blood all throughout that shoulder, the front of it, the back of it, the top of it, the bottom of it. And as we know, throughout today, we've used a whole bunch of shoulders with all our jerking and all our pressing. It's been quite a lot of shoulder work today, guys. So make sure we're taking care of these things. Like I said in the beginning, these are very fragile body parts. However, they are strong. So keep it going, guys. Almost there. Alright, and next up we have our body twist. So we're going to basically sit on the ground, put one leg straight out, get the other leg to cross over it, erecting that knee, and then we're going to basically push on that knee with the opposite side's elbow, effectively twisting our body, pushing either way, so that way we pop our spine, stretch the muscles around our spine, those erector muscles, those lats. This is going to be just a great stretch overall for all of the back, even the abdominal muscles, even the arms. This is, and even the hips. Honestly, I still get a little hip stretch during this. This is going to be a really great full body stretch. Y'all keep it up, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Alright, it is now time for our pause squats portion of the cool down. So the pause squat, a lot of these cool downs, guys, I know I keep saying it, but are pretty self-explanatory with the names. So a pause squat, you're basically going to do a body squat with a pause at the bottom of the rep. So With this one, you're going to basically set up just like a normal air squat, feet about shoulder width apart, sink in. Once you hit that hole where your knees are fully bent, your thighs are touching your calves, and you feel like you can't squat anymore with your feet planted fully on the ground, you're going to sit there and hold that position. And it is going to be a wonderful stretch on the inside of your hips, on the bottom of your pelvis, on the bottom of your thighs, on your hamstrings, on your glutes, on your quads. This is just going to be a really great lower body stretch overall for everything. All right, and next up is going to be our L sits. So L sits are going to be a great stretch. Pretty similar setup to the body twist, except this time it's going to be a little bit less complicated. So same thing, sit down, one leg straight out, one leg bent at a 90-degree angle, and you're basically going to stretch the extended toe. You're going to try to reach the extended toe, effectively stretching the calf and hamstring in the process. Overall, this is going to be a really great hamstring stretch. That's definitely the main goal here. You're going to want to alternate between the two. I like to go 8 to 10 seconds per, and take about a 2 to 3 second breather in between each reps. So keep it up, guys. We're almost done. We're on to the last one after this. Y'all have done great today. Finish strong. Let's make sure we're staying focused, staying locked in, guys. Keep it up. Y'all have done wonderful today. Last but certainly not least, we have the butterfly stretch, guys. The butterfly stretch is going to be pretty self-explanatory. Actually, no. You know what? It's not going to be self-explanatory, guys. The butterfly stretch, how would you know what that is? So first, you're going to sit down. Instead of going crisscross applesauce, you're basically going to put your feet together, almost as if they were holding hands. You're going to push them together, and then you're also going to bring your heels in as close to your pelvis as close as possible, while also maintaining your knees as close to the ground as possible, stretching the inside of the hip and the pelvis and all that good stuff. Y'all have done great today. Y'all do great on this stretch. Finish strong, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for your time. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the semester and year.